I'm going to tell you about the time I became a criminal for one night. So, when I was 15, I uh, I had like a week full of storms. There's like a bunch of like thunderstorms going on throughout the whole week. And one was really bad where it knocked the whole power out for my whole neighborhood. We went like 4 or 5 days without power and air conditioning, and it was like 90 degrees that whole week. So my buddy called me, and he called me on Friday that week. The power was out, and he asked me if I wanted to have a sleepover with him and like all our other friends. And I said, "Oh man, my mom won't let me do that. She's always like super strict, and she barely lets me leave the house as it is." And I asked my mom, and she said no. And I asked her again and said that like they had air conditioning, and it would be really cool if I could just like sleep in the cold for once this week. And then I used the sympathy card, and I was like, please mom. And she's like, okay, you can sleep over for the night. And this was huge for me because she never let me or my brother like go out like past like 8 o'clock, and like she would never let us like sleep over anyone's house. uh, she drops me off at my friend's house, and it was my friend Tommy's house, and it was just me, him, my friend Josh, my friend Sean, and my friend Kyle. And the thing about Tommy's house is that we all like to go to his house because his parents, they didn't care what we did. We could do whatever we want there. And we like ended up sneaking a bottle of vodka down in his basement is where we stayed, and we shared the whole like bottle, and it was like a little 1 liter bottle of like vodka, so it wasn't even that much. But we all like finished drinking it, and we just noticed that, oh, this isn't really doing anything. So we had all this energy, and it was about midnight, and then someone said we should just sneak out and go like do something bad and like just mess stuff up around the town, like some bad little kids. We just started walking around his neighborhood, and we ended up walking towards the direction of the strip mall that we had in our town. And the name of the strip mall is called the Algonquin Commons, and it was like just barely like gaining like popularity, and it was still like a new strip mall, and they were still kind of adding stores. So we get there, and we see like the whole strip mall was like empty and pitch black, and there was like no lights on, and it was really cool, and like it felt like cool being out and just doing like bad things and stuff as like a little kid. And then we see one of the stores was being like worked on, like for construction and stuff. So the whole front of the building was empty, and it was like an open lot, and inside you could see everything that was going on in there. So they had it protected with like this flimsy like fence that like just like told people not to go in, but you could really easily just move the fence to the side and just walk in. So one of us said, "Hey, let's go into that new store that's like opening up." And we sneak in, we move the fence, and then we get inside, and then we're just like just messing around. We're just like making a mess of all the people that like left their stuff there, like the wood, the drywall, and just like there's like broken glass and stuff. When we like took a couple of like big like light bulbs, like fluorescent light bulbs, and we just started breaking them and just being like little bad kids. So I make my way to the back of the store, and then I find this ladder to the roof, and it was like a super tall ladder. It was probably like 20 feet, and I said, "Guys, let's go onto the roof and just like chill up here." And they're like, "Yeah, bro, let's go." And we make our way up, and we open the rooftop, and then we just look at the town, and we just like in amazement, like, wow, this is pretty cool that we're out here, and we're just like no adult supervision and just being rebellious and young and all that stuff. And I'm sure like everyone gets like that, but we were just like really jacked up. And me and my two other friends, my friend Tommy and my friend Josh, we started hopping the roofs, and like the two other guys, they stayed behind just to like watch out, and they were just like really scared, to be honest. And we were just more brave than the other two. So we started hopping the roofs, and then we get on top of the TJ Maxx, and the TJ Maxx, I had like a latch to open, like to go inside. I noticed that they didn't have a lock on that latch, and I told my friends Tommy and Josh that were with me, I was like, we should go inside, we should steal all the stuff, and then we should sell it to make some money. So I go to the latch, and I open up the hatch for the roof, and all of a sudden there's sirens going off inside the whole building, and there's this guy in there, and he said, "Who's that?" And we freaked out, and I said, "Run." So we just started running across the rooftops and hopping the buildings and stuff. And then me and my other friends were like, "Go, go, go." And then we slid down the ladder that we came up on, and we just started running outside the mall. And once we got like on the outskirts of the strip mall, we started hearing like police sirens, and they were like coming towards us. And we just started running as fast as we can. And we ended up on like Tommy Street, and we stopped for a second. We just listened. We still heard the sirens, and we just waited for like a couple minutes, and then the sirens went away. Nothing happened. And then my friends were like yelling at me like, "Mike, what are you doing? Like, you're so stupid. Why would you do that? We could get like arrested. We could go to jail. They might have cameras." And I was just like, "Bro, just chill out. We're good. We're fine. We're not caught. We're good." And they're like, "Whatever." And I was just like, they're just being emotional. We ended up making it back to his house, and we just like stayed up till 5 a.m, still kind of like freaked out and just like on edge, and nothing happened. So the next day we get to school, or the next Monday, this was on a Friday, we get to school, and we tell our friends all about what happened, and I got all the praise, and I felt like the coolest kid ever, and like I just felt like the baddest kid in the planet. And that's how I became a criminal for the night.